Hi students, we will start with next session, one of the important session, and it is quite a easier one also. One topic we are taking, magnetism and matter. Okay, this fetches you 7 marks. Here some important questions I will be discussing, and as well while discussing about this, I will be correlating with electrostatics and as well as magnetism also, moving charges and magnetism. Some questions I will be correlating, both you can understand quite easily. See here, but few things will go ahead. Very first thing, magnet or bar magnet, any magnet. Magnet means it is a device which produces magnetic field surrounding it. Magnet means it is a device which produces magnetic field surrounding it. That is called as generally a magnet, and it is in this shape, rectangular shape. Okay, we call it as a bar magnet. It will be having two properties. So these are the poles, north and south pole. And so any magnet has got two properties. One is attracting property and as well as another one is directional property. Whenever a magnet has been suspended, always it lies in north and south direction. Any other materials it will be attracting. That is like magnetic materials are attracted by this. That means it has got a property of attraction and as well attractive property and as well as directional property. Come on, here first this magnet, the distance between poles of the magnet is taken as 2L. It is taken as 2L and it is called as magnetic length. We call this as magnetic length. And L is called semi-magnetic length. L is called semi-magnetic length. What is the magnetic length? If I ask you to define what is magnetic length, what you are supposed to write is, just you have to write like it is the distance between the poles of the magnet. Okay. Geometric length of the magnet is a total length. Total length is L. That is a geometric length. And of course, there is one more thing. This is just you try to know this. We don't ask here. 2L equals 5 by 6 times L. 2L equals 5 by 6 times L. That is andre artha enu andre idu magnet total length 12 centimeters idre 2L distance between the poles will be 10 centimeters aste. 2L equals 5 by 6L. But this is what I need. Okay. Next, what you have is magnetic lines of force. Say properties of magnet, you can tell like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. Okay. And whenever a magnet has been suspended, it always lies in north and south direction. These things. Okay. So now magnetic lines of force. What are the magnetic lines of force? That I will be explaining. Here only I will be telling even electric lines of force, magnetic lines of force, both I will be explaining here. Some properties we will see in the point of your examination I will be saying. Say magnetic lines of force one side and electric lines of force. Come on, this is an electrostatics. This also. Any one of this you can get. Don't expect. Write a note about magnetic lines of force, one question. Write a note about magnetic electric lines of force, one question. You can never expect like that. Any one of these can be given. Okay. Now in electric lines of force, you know it already. Positive charge. If I take a positive charge, this is a plus Q, one positive charge. Lines of force will always emanate from the positive charge. Emanate from the positive charge. What do you mean by line of force? Line of force means it is nothing but an imaginary path. It is nothing but an imaginary path along which a unit positive charge will move or would tends to move when placed in electric field. That is nothing but line of force. If I take a negatively charged one here, negative charge if I take, say that is a unit positive charge, will move towards the negative charge due to isolated charge. I am writing due to isolated charges I am writing here. Okay. This is like this. But when I take a system of charges, come on you see, electric lines of force I am telling, this is plus Q and so here some minus Q. Electric lines of force, they will move like this. Here if I take like this is also important I am telling in the point of your examination. Draw the diagram representing electric lines of force or magnetic lines of force due to a system of two poles, two charges here. Say here you have to write like this. Here you should take it away and here you have to mention like this. And so it will go like this. That is a different thing. Here this is lines of force. Electric lines of force I am telling. Heading is magnetic lines, I will come to that. These are electric lines of force. Okay. So now these are electric lines of force due to this. But you observe here, electric lines of force always originate from positive charge, terminates on negative charge. And as well, these lines of force will never intersect each other. Lines of force will never intersect each other. Tangent drawn to the line of force at any point gives the direction of electric field. Gives the direction of electric field. Any point, here if you write, this is nothing but the direction of the electric field. So the properties wise, you try to remember these things. Electric lines of force, they will always originate from positive charge and terminates on negative charge. Okay, and lines of force will never intersect each other. Will never intersect each other. And the tangent drawn to the line of force at any point represents the direction of electric field. Okay, when I write lines of force again, when I write lines of force like parallel to each other, that field is said to be a uniform field. The field is taken as uniform field. Say the lines of force I am writing like this, these are nothing but uniform electric field. Okay. If the lines of force are crowded, we call it as it is a strong uniform electric field. If the lines of force are away from each other, we say it is a weaker field. Okay, just try to have this idea first. Now coming to this magnetic lines of force here, coming to magnetic lines of force. Okay, coming to magnetic lines of force. See here, magnetic lines of force, I'll say magnetic lines of force. So magnetic lines of force for an isolated pole, we don't explain normally, because isolated poles can never exist. When you take a magnet and if you cut it, again there will be two magnets. Okay. So now I will be giving only for north pole and as well as south pole. This is a magnet. Let me say this is a magnet here. This is the magnet. One pole is north pole and the another one is south pole. Here also we feel like lines of force are moving like this. Lines of force are moving this way. Say they are moving like this. And again here what exactly happens is they will pass through this. They will pass through this. So try to remember. Try to remember this here. They will pass through here. Okay, I will put. Okay, they will be passing through like this here. Outside they will move from north pole to south pole. Outside they will be moving from north pole to south pole. Representation you must be very clear here. They are moving like this. They are moving in this way. Okay, if I write one more here, say it will be like this. It will be like this here. They will always form closed loops. Then pitkole. They will always form closed loops. Okay. Here one more. If I am writing like this here, and so it will be like this. It will be like this. In this way we are supposed to write. Okay. In this way. Or somewhere in the center, this I can write like this. That will also, it will never form a closed, it will form a closed loop. It will come like this. But electric lines of force will never form closed loops. Nodi lines of force, magnetic lines of force outside the magnet, they will start from north and move towards south. I am not telling they will end. Here they will start, ಇಲ್ಲಿ start ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ terminate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ end ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. Inside also they are moving. Lines of force inside the magnet, they will always move from south to north. Okay. Outside the magnet, they will move from north to south. These lines of force also, magnetic lines of force, will never intersect each other. Tangent drawn to this magnetic line of force at any point, it indicates direction of magnetic field. Not really same, only same. Okay. But here lines of force will never form closed loops. But here lines of force will form closed loops. Istu ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾನೆ? ಇದು magnetic lines of force. About magnetic lines of force. Okay, you should have that idea. So I will be correlating. Both I will be correlating. And again here also we say when lines of force, magnetic lines of force are parallel to each other, field is said to be a uniform field. When they are crowded means many number are there, then it is said to be strong magnetic field. Strong magnetic field. Okay. Now even based on this only, one more I will be telling. Phi E, say electric flux. Phi E is nothing but E dot ds. E dot ds, electric field and surface area. Phi B equals B dot ds. This is also flux only. This is magnetic flux, that is electric flux. Okay. This is flux, magnetic flux is B dot ds, electric flux is E dot ds. Okay. And even further here, if I talk about this Gauss law in magnetism and as well as Gauss law in electrostatics, you know Gauss law, just I will be telling here and I will be showing that later. But whereas Gauss law in idana kaltkobitri illenene, Gauss law in electrostatics we write like phi equals q by epsilon naught, phi equals q by epsilon naught, you know that states that phi equals q by epsilon naught, that is a total electric flux over a closed surface is always equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge present. Okay, that is, but whereas this is phi e, and here this is actually phi e we are taking like that is, okay, I will remove this and then I will be explaining. See here electric flux, I am telling like phi equals, just if they ask what is electric flux means, you just tell like it is q by epsilon naught. It is nothing but E dot ds. E dot ds is nothing but q by epsilon naught. We can prove this. That is, proof is quite simple. Phi equals E dot ds. We are writing phi equals E dot ds. E dot ds means you can write E ds cos theta. E ds cos theta. When theta is 0 degree, phi equals E ds only. Phi equals E ds. And E is electric intensity. This is the proof in electrostatics. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square, q by r square. For a spherical surface, you know, for a sphere, ds is nothing but surface area. Say this is d phi is E dot E ds. Phi means we will be taking like summation of ds will be taking. If I take that, you will be getting 4 pi r square. When 4 pi r square means 4 pi this cancels, it is nothing but q by epsilon naught. Idunna ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದು proof of Gauss law. Proof of Gauss law in electrostatics. Okay. What is this here means in magnetic flux, integral b dot ds, we write it as 0 because they will form closed loops. Flux lines are entering, flux lines are moving out, they are entering, they are forming closed loops. So total flux will be 0 only. So phi b equals, this implies total, this is phi b equals 0. This we say like Gauss law in magnetism. Okay, that I will be taking a few things only and I will be explaining. Okay, now one more thing about magnetic dipole and electric dipole. Both together I will explain here. Both together I will be explaining. See here, first let me start with electric dipole. Later also I will be taking this electric dipole. Definition of electric dipole ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. Small distance means here to explain I am writing this. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, two equal and opposite charges separated by small distance constitutes electric dipole. One is plus q and minus q. This distance, okay, you can take it as 2x or 2l or anything you can write. 2l only if you want you can take distance. And dipole moment P equals, nodi idu, this is also important. P is nothing but q into 2l. P is nothing but q into 2l. Dipole moment. Nodi the definition, so every time I am telling you need not mug up. See this, q into 2l. Yenanta baritira. Dipole moment. It is nothing but product of magnitude of either charge and distance between them. Product of magnitude of either charge and distance between them is nothing but what? Dipole moment. P equals q into 2l. What is the unit means? You need not scratch your head. Coulomb meter. Why? This is charge is coulomb. 2l. It's nothing but length. For length, what is the unit? Meter. Don't write 2l means 2 meter. Don't put. Okay. 2l is length. For length, it is meter. Coulomb meter. P. That's it. This is about electric dipole and as well as electric dipole moment. But one important point here. Direction of electric field is always from positive charge to negative charge. Direction of electric field. Direction of dipole moment, it is also a vector. Direction of dipole moment is always from negative charge to positive charge. See here, direction of dipole moment I take like this. Direction of dipole moment. Okay. Here, let me come back to this. Magnetic dipole now. Magnetic dipole. What is magnetic dipole means? So you try to know this. It is again two equal and opposite poles. Two poles, north and pole separated by certain distance. That is nothing but what? Dipole. See here, in any magnet, that is obvious, there will be two poles will be there. Isolated charges can be obtained. Isolated poles can never be obtained. Okay. This is a magnet here. This is a magnet. The distance between the poles is 2L. Distance between poles is 2L. So this is magnetic dipole. Definition of magnetic dipole in any just two equal and opposite poles, or otherwise two north and south poles separated by a small distance. That is nothing but what? That is nothing but a dipole. It is a magnetic dipole. Okay. So now here again M will write magnetic dipole moment. We represent it M. M equals M into 2L. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ M ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Small m. Small m is like pole strength, magnetic pole strength. It is equivalent to charge, analogous to charge, but units are different, dimensions are different. Say we will be using this type of terms. I say pole strength and charge are equivalent. Even charge and mass are equivalent. Charge and mass are equivalent. What is the meaning? Whatever role played by charge, it is played by mass in gravitational field. Here pole strength, or even sometimes we will call it as magnetic charge. Magnetic charge also we will be calling. So whatever role played by charge in electrostatics, it is played by pole strength in magnetostatics. That is the reason we call M is pole strength. See here, idu Q into 2L, that is M into 2L. Okay. Unit of this magnetic dipole moment. If you are not aware of this, what is M and all, if you are not aware, say you try to know this. M equals I into A, current into area. This comes in moving charges and magnetism. I may not be touching that. Just moving charges and magnetism, in this particular time we can't do everything. So I might be telling some important questions you have to go through. Here some questions are there. Those things I am covering now only. In magnetism, moving charges and magnetism also some questions are there. While covering this, those things also I will be covering. M equals I into A. What is I into A? Current into area. Current ampere, area meter square. Come on, you say for current it is ampere, for area it is meter square. So unit of this is, unit of magnetic dipole moment is nothing but ampere meter square. Know this. Again, direction of magnetic field is always from north to south. North to south. Direction of magnetic dipole moment. Dipole moment is from south to north. South to north. Try to have these ideas. See here, direction of magnetic moment, it is like this. This is how we have to correlate these things, electric dipole and magnetic dipole. Now one more, sometimes you will be asking, what is the electric intensity near an electric dipole? At any point near an electric dipole. That is also one important, just for 2 marks. Know that not a derivation, and especially axial line, equatorial line, derivations are there in electrostatics. In magnetism matter, you don't have derivations. But if I ask you to mention, you must be able to. So now let me go ahead. Say here, this is minus Q and this is plus Q. The line passing through the charges, that is called axial line. This is called axial line. I call this as axial line. Try to know these things. Axial line. The line which is perpendicular to the axial line, passing to the center of the system of the charges, that is nothing but equatorial line. It is nothing but equatorial line we will be calling. This we will be writing it as equatorial line. Okay. I take this equatorial line. That is called as equatorial line. Okay. Now at any point if I take somewhere here, making certain angle theta, one point P I am taking. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬೇಗ explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇದು. If I take one point P here, always to calculate electric field we will be taking one unit positive charge. ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? Unit positive charge. Unit positive charge, how we will be writing? Say this is the unit positive charge. This plus Q repels it and this one attracts it. This one attracts it. So resultant will be somewhere here. In the same way here, come and observe. This is the south pole. This is the north pole. The line passing through, this is nothing but axial line. The line perpendicular to this and passing to the center of the magnet is nothing but equatorial line. If I take a point somewhere here, this is unit north pole, this is the north pole, this will repel. that line what I am taking, it is making some angle theta here. So now in this line it will be attracting, this will be repelling. So overall magnetic field will be like this. And again this angle is theta, this angle is alpha with B1, and here also I will take this angle as, this is attracting like this angle as alpha. What is the magnetic field there, or what is the electric field there means? You have got this formula. Nodಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ E equals, here we write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. We will be writing like P by R cube. Come on, P by R cube. What is R means? Distance, this distance. Root of 1 plus 3 cos square theta. 3 cos square theta. Similarly, ಈ correlations ಒಂದು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೀವು, it will become very easy for you. Here M equals, it is not P. I mean B equals, yes, B equals, I write like, okay, B equals mu naught by 4 pi, mu naught by 4 pi. Okay, here P by M by R cube, M by R cube into root of 1 plus 3 cos square theta. ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯೇನೋ? Both are one and the same except for the constants. Here we will use 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ mu naught by 4 pi ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay, so now for any point on the equatorial line, on the axial line, for any point, ಅದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Suppose I am taking somewhere here, this is the point P, this distance is R only. What about this angle? Angle will be 0. When angle is 0, cos theta is 1. So what will be electric field on the axial line? On the axial line, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 2p by r cube. Similarly, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, B equals mu naught by 4 pi 2m by r cube for axial line. For equatorial line, theta is 90 degree. When theta is 90 degree, this term becomes 0. It will become just this. This is an equatorial line. It is BE, an equatorial line. Again, this becomes 0. It becomes mu naught by 4 pi m by r cube. What I am telling is, electrostatics and magnetostatics run parallel. Okay, so that is. Now, another important one here. If I don't explain these things and you can't understand further things, that is the reason why just I have explained. Now we say some important things like here, torque acting on a bar magnet in a magnetic field. Torque acting on a bar magnet in a magnetic field. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, bar magnet in a magnetic field. This expression and this derivation is important, especially for 3 marks. Sometimes you can make it for even for 5 marks also. You have to take one magnetic field and as well as one bar magnet. Okay, and how it will be, that particularly I will be explaining. Come on, you listen to this. Let me say this is the magnetic field. Just I am putting uniform magnetic field. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, this is uniform magnetic field. In this I am considering one bar magnet. Okay, this is the magnetic field B. So one bar magnet I will be taking. One bar magnet, like somewhere this way I am putting one bar magnet here. Okay, this is the bar magnet. And let me take north and south poles. One side south pole, this is the south pole I will be taking. This is the north pole. This is south and this is the north pole. Here direction of magnetic field. Direction of magnetic field here, if I take, say that will be direction of moment, magnetic moment I will be taking like this. Direction of magnetic moment is acting like this. I told, ಇದೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ south to north. That is the direction of the magnetic field. The angle between these two is nothing but theta. Which and which? So you have to note down also. If you note down this, it will be better. Okay. So here again, that will be the angle will be theta. And this distance between two poles is nothing but 2L. 2L. Here, say this is one pole we have taken and this is the another pole, south and north poles. Now here, whenever a magnet has been placed in a magnetic field, it experiences some force. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ in this Electrostatics, we write F equals QE, F equals QE. Similarly here, F equals MB. See the correlations. Here we will call electric potential, here we will call magnetic potential, electric field, magnetic field, Gauss law here. Okay, charge, pole strength, dielectric dipole moment, and so here magnetic dipole moment. Electric dipole, magnetic dipole, what else you need? Everything we are correlating. F equals MB. Okay, here F equals MB. Here force will be acting. Okay, I will take a different one just. Force due to this will be acting in this direction. F equals MB. And here force is acting downwards. F equals MB. Okay, this is in the direction of the field. This is in the direction opposite to the field. Is not two equal forces, because this is a dipole placed in a uniform magnetic field. Equal forces separated by some distance constitute what? Couple. Moment of the couple. I will explain. You see, torque acting on a bar magnet in a magnetic field. What to write? Idu amale torque acting on a dipole in moving charges and magnetism. What we do, that is also I will be explaining here only. Not good. Here you say, consider a uniform magnetic field. Consider a magnet of magnetic moment M or pole strength small m, and magnetic moment M placed in a uniform magnetic field B at an angle theta, or even hage baribeku anta enilla. You use your own sentences. Let theta be the angle between direction of the magnetic field and direction of the dipole moment. Innonsala keli. Consider a bar magnet of magnetic pole strength M and magnetic moment capital M, length 2L, placed at an angle theta to the uniform magnetic field B as shown in the figure. Let F equals MB. You can call it as one equation also. Let F equals MB is the force acting on the poles. And again you mention the two poles constitute couple. The moment of the couple is given by, that is what I need now. The moment of the couple is given by torque. Torque equals F into perpendicular distance. See here, torque equals, okay, if you want to write that vector symbol, or just you put like this. Torque equals F into, what is F there? I will write directly. F is nothing but MB. F is nothing but MB here. F is MB into perpendicular distance. How to take the perpendicular distance means, for that you go for one more here. Say now from here, perpendicular distance, this is nothing but perpendicular distance. Already I told this is S and this is N. And so here some point, any point you take, some Q or N or something, S, N I have taken, some P I will be taking. This perpendicular distance you have to calculate. Okay. What is the perpendicular distance means? It is nothing but 2L sin theta. Why 2L sin theta? You observe this. This angle is theta. When this angle is theta, what about this angle here? Between direction of dipole moment, this is the dipole moment, this angle is theta. Okay. When that angle is theta here, this is opposite. Say, I am writing in this way, this angle will also be theta here. I mean, this angle will be theta. You write like this, see, here, this is important. When this is theta, this angle will be theta. Okay. Now it is like this here. Just this is like this. This is 2L. What is sin theta means? You will write like opposite by, this is the opposite by hypotenuse. So then this particularly sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse means opposite is some x or something you take. X by 2L. What is x equals means 2L sin theta. That is a perpendicular distance. Here MB into 2L sin theta. Now what are you getting here means M into 2L is nothing but capital M. MB sin theta is time. This is torque. Torque is MB sin theta. Today once again I will be explaining because this is quite important also. Consider one magnet of magnetic moment M, pole strength small m, length 2L at an angle theta with the uniform magnetic field, okay. That is the angle theta between those things. Even if you want one more figure, I will be writing, and so I will be getting it. But overall, F acting on that is nothing but mb. Two forces, they will constitute a couple. Torque is nothing but F into perpendicular distance. To find out the perpendicular distance, you have to go for this. When this is theta, because here it looks a little clumsy, I will be showing it once again, I do not mind. Okay, I will clear this and I will be showing it once again. See here, this is the magnetic field, this is the magnetic field, this is the magnetic dipole moment, this angle is theta, this is B, and so this is P. P or M, we call it as M here, magnetic moment. So now I need this perpendicular distance here. Whenever I need perpendicular distance, okay, this can be S and this can be N. So here also this is theta. When this is theta, this must be theta. I say Sn and this is P. Okay. This distance, let me say Sp is the opposite one, x. And obviously we know this is nothing but 2L. This is nothing but 2L. So you apply sin theta. Sin theta for this, if you apply for this sin theta, idu opposite agutta, idu hypotenuse. Sin theta is nothing but x by 2L. What is x equals means 2L sin theta. That is what I have done. Here torque equals mb into 2L sin theta. 2L sin theta. M into 2L is nothing but capital M, mb sin theta. That is a torque. Sometimes you will be asking, when theta is 0, what is the torque? Torque is 0. When theta is along the, when direction of magnetic dipole moment is along the magnetic field, theta is 0, torque is 0. When it is 90 degree, it will be maximum. Ivella ನೀವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. Torque equals mb sin theta. When theta is 0, what is it? Something mb cos theta, if I say theta is 0 means it will be maximum. In that way, you should know. Same thing holds good for torque acting on a electric dipole placed in a uniform electric field. Uniform electric field. Come on, you see. Now uniform electric field. Electric field I am taking like this. Electric field. Yerdu ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಬರೀರಿ. You are preparing for both at the same time. I am telling. This is the electric field. This is the electric field. Okay. Now I will take one dipole. Dipole, this is minus q and this is plus q. Direction of dipole moment vector. Dipole moment vector I am putting like this. Okay. And here also this distance I will take it as 2L. Here I take this as P. Dipole moment I will take it as P. Say this is theta. This angle is theta. This is plus q. So now I will be putting it in this way. This again I take some AB or AB, okay, no problem. AB, C also I can take. Okay. Now here F is acting on this plus q charge. It will be acting like this. F equals on plus q. F equals QE. F equals QE. Here F equals QE again. Both are equal and opposite. They will constitute a couple. Now again, what is torque here? Torque equals F into perpendicular distance. Here what is perpendicular distance means? It is nothing but this is AB, C I was telling. So F into AC. This is nothing but F into AC. F is QE, not call it QE. And this distance I am taking it as 2L only. That will become again 2L sin theta. There one sentence from the triangle ABC, sin theta equals AC by AB. Sin theta equals AC by AB. Further, Q into 2L is nothing but P. So then you are getting PE sin theta. This is there in electrostatics and as well as moving charges and magnetism. That is one derivation. You should know that. Okay. So now further what you have is one more derivation here. Potential energy of a bar magnet in a magnetic field. Come on. Know this. Potential energy of a bar magnet in a magnetic field. Potential energy. Say potential energy of a bar magnet. potential energy of a bar magnet in a magnetic field. In a magnetic field. Here also it is the same thing. Same way I will be taking. See here what I write. This is the magnetic field. This will be the magnetic field. Say this is magnetic field. Now I am not writing completely magnetic. This thing I am not writing magnet and all. Just I am showing this is the direction of the dipole moment. Dipole moment. This is M. M. Okay. That is M. M is nothing but magnetic dipole moment. M is nothing but magnetic dipole moment. Okay. That I am taking it as capital M. Okay. Now it is at an angle theta. Initially let it be at an angle theta. Now you would like to rotate this through certain angle d theta. Certain angle d theta. So if you would like to rotate certain angle d theta, you have to do some work. What is that work? Say here torque is F into D, F into D. W is also F into what? Dx. Nothing but work and torque, force into dx. Angular work, if you would like to rotate something, W equals, I write tau into d theta. Come on. This is linear work done. Linear work done is W equals F into dx. On angular work, we write it as torque into d theta. Now here that is dW, okay, dW equals torque into d theta. Here torque is nothing but, already we are aware of it. What is the torque? We are making use of that answer here. MB sin theta. MB sin theta d theta. Nodi ಎಷ್ಟು easy ಇದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. Torque ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ this concept is important. Angular work, linear work normally translatory motion F into dx. F is equivalent to torque in angular motion. Dx is nothing but d theta. You know these things. Like P equals linear momentum mv. mv. What is angular momentum means? We write I omega. Why I omega? Mass and moment of inertia again are equivalent. Equivalent, analogous, but they are not equal in units and dimensions. Whatever work done by mass in linear motion, it is done by moment of inertia in rotational motion. That's it. Okay. So in the same way I am putting that mb sin theta. Now integrate this to get the total work. Integrate this. Then W equals, you know, minus mb cos theta. Why? Sin theta integration. Sin theta integration is nothing but, sin theta integration is nothing but what? Cos theta minus cos theta. When I say that is minus cos theta, minus mb cos theta we are getting. When that is minus mb cos theta, here W equals, even I write minus m dot b. Minus m dot b. This is the expression for energy. So I am telling these two are quite important. Potential energy of a bar magnet and torque acting on a bar magnet placed in a magnetic field. Similarly, that is torque acting on a dipole and energy in a dipole. Energy of a dipole placed in where? Placed in electric field. Next here one more, just no derivation, just I will be showing. Time period. Time period of oscillations of a bar magnet in a magnetic field. Time period of oscillations of a bar magnet in a magnetic field. Idu nodri. T equals, you have this formula just 2 pi root I by mb. I by mb. This is, even in electric field also it is there. Time period is 2 pi root I by pe. Note kode. How much correlation is there? 2 pi root I by mb, and this is 2 pi root of I by pe. mb illi pe. Artha agta idೆಯಾ? Istu. Okay. This is about oscillations of a bar magnet in a magnetic field. Further here, what do you have? I will be telling. That is about magnetic materials. We will be speaking now about magnetic materials. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ important things na ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇನೆ ಕೇಳಿ. Okay, here. Now, very first thing, we talk about some magnetic substance. Nodkolrali some definitions. I will try to go ahead little quickly. Magnetic substance andre definition ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ any substance which is attracted by magnets, are called as magnetic substances. Okay. Non-magnetic, which are not attracted, but exactly speaking, concept wise, if you take each and everything, anything in the universe exhibit magnetism in nature. You can't classify like this is particularly magnetic substance, means we say iron, nickel, cobalt. But whereas non-magnetic means something else will be telling. But whereas according to electron theory of magnetism, each and everything possesses magnetism. Each and every substance in the universe exhibit magnetism. Okay. Magnetic substances have been classified like ferromagnetic, paramagnetic and diamagnetic. Andre ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ವಾಟ್, ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಡೈಪೋಲ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್, ferromagnetic, paramagnetic and as well as diamagnetic. Why I am telling like this, now iron, you take one magnet, bring your iron strip near to it, this is iron, and so this is a magnet, very easily iron will be attracted. Even if the magnet is weaker also, iron strongly it will be attracted. Now near to this magnet, bring one aluminum piece, aluminum strip, just some aluminum strip. If you bring one aluminum strip, it will not be attracted, but take a powerful magnet, it will be attracted. What is the meaning? This also has got magnetism, less magnetism. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್, ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಸೇ I take the same magnet here and I will take one copper strip, nearby one copper strip. It will not be affected as it is. Increase this magnetism. That means powerful magnet you take. One powerful magnet if you take, copper will be repelled. Whether attracted or repelled, they are affected. What is the meaning? They are all magnetic substances. That is the reason, depending on that, how they will attract, we are classifying ferromagnetic, paramagnetic, diamagnetic. Okay. What are paramagnetic substances means? Paramagnetic substances are nothing but these substances which are attracted strongly by magnets. Okay. Ferromagnets. Paramagnetic is weakly attracted by, that is little less weakly attracted by magnets. Diamagnetic, the substances which are repelled by powerful magnets. Okay. I will get back to again distinguish between ferro, para and dia. That is also one of the important questions. So now, before that again, I talk about intensity of magnetization. Come on, you say intensity of magnet. Some definitions I will be giving and again we will go ahead. Intensity of magnetization. I say what is intensity of magnetization means, I write like I equals m by v. M is dipole moment, v is the volume. Magnetic moment acquired per unit volume. Definition ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರಿ. Magnetic moment acquired per unit volume. That is called as intensity of magnetization. Unit of it, if you want, already for magnetic moment I told ampere meter square by meter cube volume. It is nothing but ampere per meter. That is one definition. Intensity of magnetization. Next, you have got magnetic susceptibility. Magnetic susceptibility. Some definitions, because we will try to complete this as early as possible. Magnetic susceptibility. It is denoted by psi. Psi equals I by h. I is again intensity of magnetization. H is called magnetizing field. Nodri, magnetizing field andre definition ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? The field with which a substance can be magnetized. That is nothing but magnetizing field. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದೇನು ಕಷ್ಟ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Okay. Magnetizing field means the field with which a substance can be magnetized. And again, magnetic flux density B equals, we write one more definition, mu h. We have seen already. Mu is nothing but permeability. Their permittivity, nodri alli correlation nodi, alli permittivity, ille permeability, mu h. Okay. H is again magnetizing field. And again mu equals, we write one more thing, mu naught mu r. Mu is permeability of a substance. That is like epsilon equals epsilon naught epsilon r. Epsilon naught is absolute permittivity and here absolute permeability. Mu r is relative permeability. Epsilon r is relative permittivity. Okay. So, epsilon r and mu r, they do not have any units and dimensions. Okay. That you try to have that. And now, based on some properties, again, nan ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ferro para dia, on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ properties ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, because in the point of your examination, you try distinguishing properties of ferro, para and as well as dia. Say ferro, first I will write here ferro and here para and here diamagnetic substances. Diamagnetic substances. Okay, here what I write here for ferromagnetic substances, these are the substances. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Ferromagnetic substances, they are strongly attracted by even weaker magnets. Strongly attracted by even weaker magnets. They are attracted but weakly attracted by even powerful magnets. And dia, they are repelled. They are repelled by powerful magnets. That is the first thing. Okay. Next, magnetic dipole moment. They possess a large dipole moment. They possess a large magnetic dipole moment. Okay. They possess a very small magnetic dipole moment. And here magnetic dipole moment is 0. Magnetic dipole moment is 0. They possess a large magnetic dipole moment, that is ferromagnetic. And so paramagnetic, they possess a small magnetic dipole moment, and diamagnetic, it is magnetic dipole moment is 0. And again, when placed in uniform magnetic field, when placed in uniform magnetic field, a ferromagnetic strip, come on, it is a ferromagnetic strip I am taking and I am suspending this. Ferromagnetic thing has been suspended in a uniform magnetic field. It always aligns in the direction of the field. In the direction of the field. Ferromagnetic specimen, when suspended in a uniform magnetic field, it always aligns in the direction of the field. Artha agta idea? Para also, same thing. But field must be powerful. Illi field ideyalla, this is B. This field must be powerful. Then they will also align in the same direction. What about dia? What about dia? You keep one parallel uniform magnetic field. If you take one copper strip or something, it will be perpendicular. It aligns perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Artha agta idea? ಎಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. It's quite obvious also. Ferromagnetic, it will be in the direction of magnetic field. Para also, same thing. But dia, it will be like this, perpendicular. When you place these things in a non-uniform magnetic field, ferromagnetic substances placed in non-uniform. Non-uniform andre ಏನು? ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ, ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Field will be different. When you put that, they will always move from weaker to stronger regions. Because stronger magnetic fields, they will attract them. So, weaker to stronger regions. What about this? Same thing, para. But what about this one means? This will move from stronger to weaker. Why stronger to weaker? They will be repelled. And again, two more things you try to remember. That will be enough. Mu r is very much greater than 1 for ferro. Mu r is greater than 1. Slightly greater than 1. Mu r is less than 1 but greater than 0. Less than 1. It cannot be. It can never be negative. Remember. And susceptibility is very high and positive. Susceptibility for these things is low and positive. This is susceptibility is low but negative. It is negative. Ist matra ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸಾಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. I will be summing it up and you try to remember. These are ferromagnetic substances. They are strongly attracted by even weaker magnets. Paramagnetic substances are attracted by powerful magnets. And the diamagnetic substances are repelled by powerful magnets. The magnetic dipole moment, ferromagnetic substances possess large magnetic dipole moment. Paramagnetic, a small magnetic dipole moment. Diamagnetic substances, they possess zero magnetic dipole moment. Okay. when they are suspended in a uniform magnetic field, ferromagnetic substances aligns in the direction of the field. Para also aligns in the direction of the field. What about diamagnetic? They will align perpendicular to the direction of the field. Now, when you place them in a non-uniform magnetic field, what will happen? Ferromagnetic substances move from weaker to stronger regions. Same way paramagnetic, weaker to stronger regions. But diamagnetic substances will move from where to where means stronger to weaker. Stronger to weaker means that is nothing like they have been attracted by weaker field. They are repelled by powerful fields. I hope you are getting it. Next, relative permeability. I am telling relative permeability is very much greater than 1 for ferro. For para, it is less than 1, slightly greater than 1. Here it is less than 1, but not negative. Less than 1, but not negative. I hope you are getting it. Now, susceptibility of a ferromagnetic substance. Is high and positive. For paramagnetic substance, low, but it is positive. What do you mean by susceptibility? The ease with which a substance can be magnetized. How easily substance can be magnetized, that is called as susceptibility. Artha agtadya? Susceptibility antandre how easily a substance can be magnetized. Okay, iron can be magnetized easily. Aluminum cannot be magnetized easily. You should have powerful magnetic field. And copper can be magnetized in what way? In the other way, reverse magnetizing field. Dipoles, that concept is different. For this, particularly these sessions, I need not go into domains and all those things. Okay, just cost matra tilkoli iga. Okay, so this is overall susceptibility is low and negative. Okay, now one more important topic here, that is hysteresis cycle I will be talking, and before that one Curie law and Curie-West law. Say these are for 2 mark or 3 mark, Curie law or Curie-West law. Come on, say what is Curie law? So we know for ferro and as well as paramagnetic substances, that is also important. Susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature. This is also one of the property you can make. You can make it as one of the property. In what way? Susceptibility of ferro and para is inversely proportional to its absolute temperature. Dia independent of absolute temperature. Independent of its temperature. Susceptibility doesn't change. For ferro and para it decreases. So now Curie law. What is Curie law means? It states that susceptibility of a ferromagnetic substance, usually we define for ferromagnetic, for paramagnetic also it is there. Okay, ferromagnetic substance, you have to state like statement note kodre. Susceptibility of a ferromagnetic substance is inversely proportional to its absolute temperature. Aste. Psi is proportional to 1 by T. Psi into T equals constant over. That is Curie law. Okay. And as you increase the temperature, susceptibility goes on decreases. For a particular temperature, that substance, ferromagnetic substance becomes a paramagnetic substance. That temperature is called as Curie temperature. We denote it with Tc. Okay, Curie temperature. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Curie temperature ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is the temperature at which ferromagnetic substance becomes paramagnetic. That's it. Okay, this is Curie law. Now we have got one more, Curie-West law. What is Curie-West law means? Above Tc means here, above Curie temperature, susceptibility is inversely proportional to T minus Tc. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ psi is proportional to 1 by T, that is Curie law. ಇದು psi is proportional to 1 by T minus Tc. T is the temperature and Tc is the Curie temperature. ಇಲ್ಲಿ Curie temperature ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫೆರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಫೆರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ Tc ಈಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 1100, just 1100 Kelvin. You are heating it to 1000 Kelvin ಅಂತಲೇ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, 1000 Kelvin. You are heating to an extent of 1200 Kelvin. susceptibility depends on 1 by 200. 1 by 200. Why? T is 1200, TC is 1000. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ 1 by 800, 1 by 900, 1 by 1000. ಬಟ್ 1000 ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ 1 by 200. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ferro, para and dia. You can make it as properties also. You can call them as properties of ferro, para and dia also. Okay. Now, one 5-mark question. In this chapter, last one, 5-mark question. Say what is that means? Hysteresis. You have to listen properly and you can do it. Hysteresis we call. What is that hysteresis? Curve. Hysteresis curve. Say it is a graph obtained by plotting. It's a graph obtained by plotting intensity of magnetization along x-axis, I mean y-axis, and magnetizing field along x-axis. So what is hysteresis curve means? It comes under cycle of magnetization. One cycle of magnetization. Try to remember clearly. It is a curve obtained by plotting. Stay baribekaredo. It is a curve obtained by plotting what? Intensity of magnetization along y-axis, magnetizing field along x-axis. Artha aita? Okay, we'll consider one ferromagnetic specimen. We say we'll consider one ferromagnetic specimen we'll be considering. Okay. What is that ferromagnetic specimen means? One iron strip I am taking. When I is 0, you have not applied any magnetizing field. Iron, it is just 0. Magnetizing field is 0. Iron is just iron only. It is not a magnet. Okay. It can be converted into magnet easily. That's it. Iron cannot attract any other iron pieces. Okay. When it is converted into magnet, it can attract. Adu gottide. When H is 0, I is 0. I'll increase H. I'll increase H for 1 Tesla, 2 Tesla, 3 Tesla in this way just. When I increase that, and so it will also increases. What? I also increases. And after certain thing, you know, it attains saturation. It attains saturation means further it cannot increase. This curve we call initial magnetization curve. Artha madkole, when H is gradually increased, I also increases and attains saturation. What do you mean by attains saturation? It is nothing. Ignore idರಲ್ಲಿ magnetic dipoles ಇದಾವೆ. Dipoles are oriented in different directions. Like this they are been oriented. When you put them in magnetizing field, they will start orienting in a particular direction. Here maybe randomly, here again randomly. Some things have been oriented in a particular direction. Keep on increasing the magnetic field. Keep on increasing the magnetizing field. All the dipoles will start orienting in a particular direction. Then once if all the dipoles have been oriented in a particular direction, further if I increase the magnetizing field, no use. It will be like that only. That is called saturation. Okay. Now, decrease the magnetizing field. Let me say this is for some plus H maximum. It has become saturation. It has attained saturation. Okay. Now decrease. When I decrease, intensity of magnetization also decreases, but not at the rate at which it is increased. Nodkoli ee sentence. When H is 0, I is 0. When H is gradually increased, I also increases and attains saturation. That curve, initial magnetization curve, is represented by OA. Now when H is decreased, no doubt I also decreases, but not at the rate at which it is increased. When H becomes 0, I doesn't become 0. I will be this much. So this is called residual magnetism. This is retaining some magnetism still. That is the reason we call it as residual magnetism. Now further reverse the magnetizing field. There are methods how to reverse and all. When you reverse the magnetizing field and if you start increasing, reverse magnetizing field, it also decreases. And for a certain magnetizing field, magnetism retained, it loses. Okay. Here this is called residual magnetism and the property is called retentivity. Nodkoli idu. Property is called as retentivity and that is a residual magnetism. Now this is called coercive field. ಈ field ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ coercive field, where it becomes 0, and the phenomenon is called as coercivity. Phenomenon is called as coercivity. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay. Now further I'll increase negative magnetizing field. When I increase the negative magnetizing field, these dipoles have become randomly oriented. Initially ಹೀಗಿತ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ randomly oriented. ಈಗ they will start becoming in the other direction. Other direction ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ, they will start orienting in the opposite direction. When they start orienting in the opposite direction here, opposite direction, it will start acquiring magnetism again. Say this is 1, 2 and this is 3. This is what I call it as plus H, plus H. So here again 1, 2, 3. So it starts acquiring negative magnetism and starts increasing, okay, starts increasing and becomes again saturation. It has completely acquired negative magnetism. That means these dipoles are completely oriented in the opposite direction. For again exactly minus H maximum. If write properly, you know that plus H maximum minus H maximum will be same. Now decrease this field. When I decrease this field, negative magnetism goes on decreases, negative magnetism goes on decreases, and again when H becomes 0, I doesn't become 0, retains certain negative magnetism, Further increase this in positive direction, it starts decreasing, becomes 0, somewhere here it becomes 0. This is C, D, and this is E, and this is F I am writing. Further you increase, by the time it comes to H maximum, again it becomes saturation. This is called hysteresis cycle. Nodi, now once again I will explain. You will come to know easily. Hysteresis cycle. What is hysteresis curve means? The curve obtained by plotting intensity of magnetization along y-axis and magnetizing field along x-axis. That is called hysteresis curve. Okay. You are considering one ferromagnetic specimen such as iron, cobalt or nickel. When H is 0, I is 0. When H is 0, I is 0. When you increase H gradually, I also increases and attains saturation for a certain maximum field. That curve is called as initial magnetization curve. OA is initial magnetization curve. Now when H is decreased, I also decreases, but not at the rate at which it is increased. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. ವೆನ್ ಹೆಚ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ 0 ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಸಮ್. ಐರನ್ನ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡಿಂದ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಐರನ್, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವೋ? ಐರನ್ನ ರಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಂದ ರಬ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬಿಹೇವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಸಮ್. Now if I apply reverse magnetizing field, for what, you know, to reduce it to 0. You are applying reverse magnetizing field, then it becomes 0. When that reverse magnetizing field is increased, specimen starts acquiring reverse magnetism, opposite reverse magnetism it will start acquiring. It also becomes maximum for certain field. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸೈಕಲ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಗೇನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್. Okay. So now this I will decrease, negative magnetism I will decrease. Negative magnetism decreases and doesn't become 0 when H becomes 0. Now when H is increased positively, interesting point is this. Initially ಮೊದಲು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಸಮ್. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಸಮ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈಕಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ 0ನೇ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್. Now further change that cycle, decrease, increase. Now what will be happening, you know, this moves like this only, it will be moving like this. That is the reason we call it as cycle. It will be moving in this way only, it will be moving here. Initial magnetization curve will never be retraced. Remember that. And further, here what is the energy loss, hysteresis loss? Idanna keltivi 1 mark or 2 marks. What is hysteresis loss? I will be asking. What is hysteresis loss means? See here we are magnetizing and demagnetizing the specimen. True or not? We are magnetizing and as well as demagnetizing the specimen. In magnetizing and demagnetizing the specimen, we are losing some energy. Some energy has been spent. That energy appears in the form of heat. You can never recover. That is called hysteresis loss. ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ನ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೀರಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ನೋ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಇದನ್ನು ಇದೇ ಥರ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದೇ ಥರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್, in magnetizing and demagnetizing the specimen, some energy has been spent. That energy appears in the form of heat that can never be recovered. So it is called as hysteresis loss. That amount of energy is given by area of this loop. Area of this loop. By studying this area of the loop, and here retentivity, here it is called coercivity. Okay, residual magnetism, coercive field. Depending on these things, we are making use of these things in many things. We are using these properties in the manufacture of transformers, permanent magnets, electromagnets, many things, aerials of transistor receivers, everywhere we are using. Even in amplifiers, in everywhere speakers, in speakers also we are using. In ATM and all, magnetic tapes we are using. ATM cord and all, magnetic tapes, many uses are there. Okay. Here again, just you have got permanent magnets and what? Electromagnets. What are permanent magnets and electromagnets? Permanent magnets, they should act like permanent magnets means. Permanent magnets means they should have very high retentivity and high coercivity. High retentivity and as well as high coercivity. And electromagnet should have very low retentivity and low coercivity. What is the meaning? High retentivity, high coercivity ಅಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಝೀರೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೂ ಇದು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಕರ್ವ್ ಈ ಥರ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಹೀಗೆ ಬಂದು ಕರ್ವ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಕೊಯರ್ಸಿವಿಟಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಹೈ. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೀಗೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಝೀರೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೊಯರ್ಸಿವಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ. ಓಕೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಸಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. Okay. In magnetism matter, what is magnet? What is magnetic line of force? What are the properties of lines of force? How to write the lines of force due to a set of south and north pole, that is due to a magnet. Our properties, I told, magnetic lines of force will start from north pole and never say terminates. They will move inside. Inside the magnet, they will move from south to north. Outside the magnet, they will move from north to south. Okay. Magnetic lines of force will never intersect each other. This is one common question is there. What is that? They will give like this: electric lines of force or magnetic lines of force never intersect each other. Explain. If they ask, do lines of force intersect each other? For 1 mark, say just no. That's it. But if they give like this, lines of force will never intersect each other. Explain. ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, you have to assume two things. Let me say you write like this. Two lines of force you are taking. You are assuming that they are cutting each other, they are crossing each other. Then you say, if two lines of force crosses each other, at the point of intersection, we can draw two tangents. At the point of intersection, we can draw two tangents. Meaning of which is, unit positive charge or unit north pole has to move simultaneously in both the directions, which is impossible. And hence lines of force will never intersect each other. Okay. That is, electric lines of force will never form closed loops, but these things will form closed loops. When a tangent drawn to line of force at any point, it indicates the direction of magnetic field. There also direction of electric field. ಆಮೇಲೆ magnetic dipole moment. And then what is the expression for magnetic field due to a dipole? An axial line, what is that? An equatorial line, what is that? Torque acting on a bar magnet placed in magnetic field. And then work done in rotating the magnetic field. That is also one formula is there. If you want, just remember that formula. Cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. MB cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. See, some problems if you get, don't have your mind to be set like I should not attempt problems. Okay, supplementary, however, why to problems. Even for us also, wherever we take some supplementary batches, they say don't touch problems, sir. Okay, but here there is a shortage of time. Okay, that is a different thing. But I'll be doing problems. You should do it. Are based on these things, 5 marks. Sometimes how problems will be there, 3 or 4 steps you are getting 5 marks. Make use of the formulae. Just try some few problems you try. Make use of the formulae, you will be getting it. Okay. Then we have seen what? Then here what we have seen is like magnetic materials. Magnetic materials we have seen. And then important one is ferromagnetic, paramagnetic, diamagnetic. Differences between paramagnetic, ferromagnetic and diamagnetic. And then some definitions like intensity of magnetization, magnetic susceptibility, permeability, and then hysteresis curve. And applications just you have to go through. And finally in this topic only you have got Earth's magnetism, that is terrestrial magnetism. Only a few points I will be telling you, try to remember. Earth's magnetism or terrestrial magnetism. Terrestrial means it is nothing but pertaining to Earth. Terrestrial magnetism andre pertaining to Earth. That is nothing but Earth's magnetism, terrestrial magnetism. Okay, Earth is, again I am not going in detail like it is oblated, spheroid and all. So this side is the north and so this side is the south. The line geographic north and geographic south. The vertical line containing the given place and passing through geographic north and south is called geographic meridian. This is one definition what you need. This is geographic meridian. Okay. So now the vertical plane passing through, say Earth is taken as a bar magnet. It is considered a huge bar magnet with some poles. See poles here I am writing like this. This is the south pole and this is the north pole. It is considered as a huge magnet. Earth is considered as a very huge magnet. Okay, with the 2 poles. So remember this, magnetic south pole is towards north and magnetic north pole is towards south. Conventionally we are taking. We can give that explanation in a different way. But now this is the south pole and this is the north pole. The line passing through the vertical plane containing the given place and this is called as magnetic meridian. Idu magnetic meridian. That is geometric meridian. The angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian is called declination. Declination, that is sometimes theta, delta will be writing. Declination, that is delta here I will take. The angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ 1 mark, 2 mark questions, don't neglect. Don't think on only 5 mark questions only. There will be 20 marks only you will be getting if you do that. And here you will get many marks. You can do very easily. I am telling 1 mark questions out of 10. However you prepare, you can do 5 very easily. Now, the way we have provided here, definitely you can do minimum 6 you can do. Minimum 6 you can do. Out of 2 marks, 8 out of 2. I am telling 8 questions will be there. In these things only it will be there. You please prepare for all these things, you can do it. Minimum I am telling 3. Minimum I am telling 3, 6 marks. Okay. 3 marks, minimum 3 only you take. 3 into 3, 9. 9 plus 6, 15 plus 6, 21. Okay. And out of 4 5 mark things, you have done 3. It is 15. 21 plus 15 here. 1 plus 5, 6, 36. Okay, minimum if you are doing 3, it is, say here, just minimum I am taking 3, 3, 3, 3, 9, 3, 2, 6, 6, and this is. One problem if you do, 6 plus 5, that is around 41. Even more than that you can score it. Plus around some 20 or 23 or 24 you might have got practicals. It is 65. Very easy. You will do it, you can do it, believe in yourself. But work accordingly. What else you can do now? It is your responsibility, it is your duty to do it. You do it. Okay. So now that is declination. Declination is nothing but angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. Okay. Here again you have got inclination or dip. See, first one is declination. And dip. or inclination we call dip, that is denoted by theta normally. This is delta, and these are all called as magnetic elements BH. Horizontal component of Earth's field, horizontal component of Earth's field is called as BH. Okay, what are magnetic elements? Sometimes you will be asking, what are magnetic elements? The quantities which are used to specify Earth's magnetic field completely or describe Earth's magnetism completely. What are magnetic elements? These are the quantities which are required to specify or describe Earth's magnetism completely. They are called as magnetic elements. What are they? You have to write this. Declination, dip, BH. BH is nothing but total magnetic field is like this, horizontal component. Horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field is called BH. Okay. So now here to explain this, I will be considering one way like this. I will be taking this, I will call it as magnetic meridian. This is say I am taking it as magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian. Now here somewhere this one I will call it as geographic meridian. Geographic meridian I am putting like this. This is the geographic meridian. See here O, P, Q, R, let me say. This is magnetic meridian. P dash, Q dash, okay, and R. This is called geographic meridian. Angle between these two, I will take like this. Angle between these two, this is angle between these two is delta. Now B will be acting like this, that is Earth's total field will be acting like this. Now here this I will take it as BH, and this is nothing but BV. I mean this is BV, vertical component BV. This I will take it as BH. This angle is theta, that angle is theta. What is dip means? Angle between Earth's total magnetic field and its component. Angle between Earth's total magnetic field and its component, that is nothing but theta. Just to remember this. Okay. Here some other points. B equals root of BH square plus BV square, because they are acting perpendicular to each other. BH square plus BV square, and BH is given as B cos theta. BH is B cos theta. Note kodre BV is B sin theta. B sin theta, and tan theta equals BV by BH. Tan theta is nothing but BV by BH. That's it. This is the completion of magnetism and matter, and later I will be taking up one more topic. Okay. So this is completely magnetism matter. It is 7 marks. So far, once again I am writing, I have seen dual nature of matter thoroughly. You are not supposed to leave anything, and atoms and nuclei, and this one 9 marks, and this is 7 marks. In this already I have covered some points pertaining to electrostatics. Here itself, if you are thorough, it is 25. This is 15, 25, 25 plus 7 for 32 marks we have covered. 32 marks. Still some 2 more sessions or 3 more sessions will be there. In that, which are all important. In current electricity, what to do? Alternating currents I will be explaining. In alternating current, 7 marks, that is. Current electricity, 13 marks. Those things I will be seeing. Okay. In the next session, we will do that. Okay. Thank you.